Welcome to the Chasing Spirituality podcast. I'm your host, Megan, and I'm so excited that you're joining me today. Each episode is full of heartfelt and expansive content that will really help you expand your consciousness and grow as a person. I created this podcast because I wanted to share my own personal experiences on my spiritual journey, but I also wanted to meet others and have them share what they've been through and how they've gotten to where they are today. If you haven't done so already, it would really mean a lot to me if you could rate and review the podcast. This really helps the podcast grow and reach more people, but it also allows me to get more guests on the show. Now on to today's topic. Hello everyone, welcome back. It is Sunday and you know what that means. It is another episode of Chasing Spirituality and I'm super excited that you're here. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy that you're listening to the show and I'm just super thankful to have you and I'm super thankful to still have this platform. If you haven't done so already, it would really mean the world to me if you could give the podcast a rating and review on Apple. This really helps me out in the podcast world. It helps me reach and assist more people, and I just love reading the reviews. I love reading what you guys say and your favorite episodes and how it's helped you in some way. You have no idea how much that truly means to me and just melts my heart. So I am just sitting here, not really sure if I want to do more chakra episodes or if I kind of want to break up the chakra episodes to kind of give everybody a break in between and kind of let some of that stuff sink in. So I think I'm going to put breaks in between the chakra episodes. You know, I could record the root chakra episode, but I think I kind of want to space them out a little bit and just do something completely different today. And I think what I want to talk about is life purpose. And the reason I want to talk about life purpose is because this comes up a lot in my sessions, especially my Akashic Record sessions. It comes up a little bit with spirit sessions and with psychic sessions, but more frequently, it almost always comes up with my Akashic Records clients. And I think that's because, you know, I ask you before you book a session with me, I ask that you come up with some really good questions because the reading is only going to be as good as your questions. And I put all that in the notes and kind of tell you how to form the best questions. And you should never ask should questions because, again, the records, spirit, they're never going to they're never going to tell you what you should do. They're always going to give you guidance and give you, you know, more of this is what's best for you, but they're never going to tell you what you should do because you always have free will. And so should questions do not usually go over well. But anyway, so like I have all of these kind of tips and tricks and best ways to form questions. And I will say, like, I want to say all of my clients at this point of recording this podcast they always ask, what is my life purpose? Or what is my spiritual purpose, or what is my purpose in life? What is my purpose on this journey? And it, you know, basically it's all the same question. It just might be worded a little bit differently. And almost always I get a very similar answer. And I kind of want to talk about that a little bit so that you can kind of understand from my perspective, from the work that I've done, from the information that I've received from my guides, from my spirit team, and also from the Akashic Records, why this is similar and what is our purpose? What is our life purpose? And what does that really mean? And so if you book a session with me and you ask me what your life purpose is, I'm not going to tell you no. I'm just going to tell you that you're going to get an answer kind of like this. So go ahead and consider this your Akashic Record reading. You know, this is one of your questions. And you're going to get an answer that is somewhat like this. Okay? So when it comes to our life purpose, we don't have a single purpose. And I know that that's probably not what you want to hear, because most people, when they ask this question, that's not what they want to hear. They don't want me to tell them what I'm about to tell you. They want a very specific thing, like, what's my next step? What can I do now? What path should I be on? What route should I take? And you could ask those questions and you might get something different from your life purpose question. I don't know. We can give it a shot. Book a session with me and we'll figure it out. But you don't have a singular purpose in life, because from what the records have told me, your entire life is your purpose. Everything that you do in life is your purpose. All of the little moments, all of the big moments, everything that you've accumulated on the way is part of your purpose. The good, the bad, the sweet, the ugly, the nasty, the ups, the downs, all of it has brought you to this point. All of it has made you who you are. And that has been part of your purpose and is part of your purpose. There is no one purpose. And so they've given me different metaphors. They've shown me this in many different ways. So yes, the answers always change a little bit and they vary a little bit depending on, the client and how the session's going and all that. But for the most part, to summarize, that is usually the gist of what they say. Another thing that comes up is to remind them that the journey is the purpose. The purpose isn't just seeking out one specific thing or being good at one thing or achieving something or doing one task. It's the journey. The journey is part of the purpose. The journey is the purpose. It's about your experience as a whole. It's about what you've learned. It's about how you've grown. It's about what you've done. It's about who you've been. All of that is your purpose. And another thing that they bring up a lot is, when we go through life, we tend to adopt all of these beliefs that aren't really ours. We adopt all of these personal beliefs about ourselves that tell us who we need to be, that tell us who we are. I am a female. I am pretty. I am popular. I am ugly. I am shy. We identify with all of these labels, right? And all these labels are not really who we are. They're just identities that we've adopted throughout life based on our experiences, based on what we've been told, based on what we've been shown, based on what has been expected of us, based on peer pressure, based on what family, friends, whoever, however they got there. There's many, many, many different ways we adopt these labels and we adopt these beliefs about ourselves. So part of the purpose is also unlearning these things and discovering who you truly are. And you wouldn't do that just with a blink. That happens over time. That happens gradually. That happens as you go through life, as you go down this journey, as you have these experiences. So part of your purpose is experiencing life, having the ups and downs, learning the lessons, allowing yourself to really experience life to its fullest, so that you can learn, so that you can grow, so that you can expand. But it's also an unlearning. It's an unlearning of what you've been told, what you've been taught, what's been shown to you, what your parents have expected of you, what you feel like you need to do based on society, based on peer pressure, based on what is considered normal. It's unlearning all of those things and deciding, who am I really? Who do I want to be in this lifetime? What makes me happy in this lifetime? What are my goals in this lifetime? How can I be the best version of who I want to be in this lifetime? That is what your life purpose is. That is what all of our life purposes is. And the Akashic Records, they just keep repeating that. They bring that up a lot. And, that comes up in my psychic sessions as well. So definitely, that might not be what you want to hear. But when it comes to life purpose, that's going to be your answer. So if you're looking for more direction, if you book a session with me, you can ask what your life purpose is. But know that there is no singular life purpose. One day your life purpose might be to do something really good for a stranger. And that was part of your purpose. And then the next day, your life purpose might be to quit your job and start something really new and fresh, but also confront fears because it's scary. Your life purpose might have been to experience hardship growing up, not feeling understood, being neglected, feeling like you didn't fit in, feeling like the black sheep. But guess what? That was also part of your purpose because it's made you who you are today. If you didn't have that experience, then you wouldn't have such a great gift at understanding other people, understanding what their needs are, understanding what makes them feel like the black sheep. Everything is connected. All of our experiences, the ones that we label as good, the ones that we label as bad, all of them have brought us to where we are today, and all of us have made us who we are today. And so when you look at it that way, it actually makes the life purpose really powerful. And sometimes if you look at your life like that, if you look at your life as a whole from a different perspective, from a bird's eye view, from a whole entire let's look at everything perspective, you can see little breadcrumbs. And you can see little things that connect different parts of your journey in ways that you may not have seen when you were experiencing some of those dark days, in ways that you may not have noticed in the moment. But when you can rise above, when you've healed, when you've been able to integrate those lessons, and it's not going to happen overnight. You know, I'm not telling you to look at the bad things that have happened to you with grace and with awe and amazement. You know, that definitely comes with time. And even then, you can say, that shit sucked. And I never want to experience that again. And that's okay. But when you've truly healed from it and you're ready to integrate that experience and have learned the full lessons from it, you can usually see how it helped you in some way, how it changed your path, how it brought you to be closer to who you really are, how it helped you be more authentic, how it helped you find the people that you needed to find, how it just transitioned your entire life. All of that is connected, and all of that is part of your purpose. It's the whole journey. It's the whole big thing. So I hope that this changes your perspective a little bit on life purpose, and I hope that it doesn't upset you too much that it's not really what you wanted to hear. And if you're interested in working with me one-on-one, I do channeled coaching sessions, and we can dive deeper into what your goals are, what your current purpose is feeling like for you, and so that we can get really clear on what you need to do to move forward or work on some blockages and all of that. I also do Akashic record readings and psychic sessions, and I have Reiki and just, all my usual things. I didn't mention it at the beginning of the episode, so I wanted to touch on it at the end. And if you haven't looked into the community, that is still up and going. We launched on March 1st, so we have officially began our second month, which is really exciting because we're moving into talking about spiritual growth and personal growth and how that looks and how that feels and what we can do to continue on that path, to continue growing and to continue transforming into the person that we really want to be. So if you haven't joined the community yet, I recommend you go and give that a look. We would love to have you. And until next time. Thank you so much for listening to Chasing Spirituality. You have no idea how much it really means to me to connect with you, to have your support, and just to be able to share my experience and my teachings with you. While we're on this break from the podcast, make sure that you follow me on social media. I'm on TikTok, I'm on Instagram, and I'm on Facebook. And join the free Facebook group, Chasing Spirituality, so that we can stay in touch and we can connect.